We sure got a lot of wisecrackers in the chat, Brick, talking about my inability to produce a show.
Oh, yeah? Sounds about right.
Are you playing video games right now?
No, I'm doing work.
I don't know if that's worse. Are you going to pay attention this episode, or you gotta...
I was doing stuff waiting while you guys were actually... I didn't want to sit there with my thumb up my ass for fucking 40 minutes while you guys did stuff.
Are you sure? Have you tried it?
I did, and it wasn't fun.
That sucks.
We're back.
Let me check in and see if the audio's good. 1 second.
Isn't that what you were supposed to be doing the entire time?
Are we currently live right now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Well, yeah, so we should be good. Maybe not, but Brick, what are the chances this is any better than last night's show?
Ooh, it's a Monday show. So immediately I already have a headache, and I'm taking my sleepy time tea early because I couldn't go to bed until fucking midnight yesterday, even after taking that. And then I woke up groggy as frick all day.
That's a bummer.
And I might have COVID still.
What? What do you mean still?
Because I thought I was in the clear because Ashley has COVID. Shout out to Ashley. What up, boo? But now I'm getting the minor headache and I'm a little more congested than usual. And I went to go get tested today, but the facility that I was going to just like wasn't there. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just do it later. And I just didn't.
It's probably the Taliban.
Yeah. Taliban, right up our alley.
Yeah, this is going to be a geopolitical episode, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Fun.
Brick, I do want to carry one conversation over that we had last night because I thought it was a good Sophie's choice of sports or music. You've got to give up one forever.
Right.
And I know your answer, but please walk me through your logic really quick.
I had to choose sports only because football. Everything else I could get rid of. That's fine. But football, I couldn't lose football for half the year. I mean, half the year is the best thing of all time because it makes fall. How bad would fall be without football, to be honest? The whole season.
Dude, a lot of people love fall. Fall kind of sucks. If it didn't have football, it would suck.
It'd be a nightmare.
Everything's like dying and
you couldn't play sports. Mark couldn't work out if you wanted to. Video games, another one. That's technically an esport. So you couldn't play any video games. Brutal. There's no competition then.
Everybody would be too fat to actually create new music.
Yeah, damn. Everyone you couldn't even do competitive eating. You could just do
I feel like our
eating.
fall sucks if you think about it, because usually it's rainy and it lasts like 2 weeks and then it's fucking winter.
No, because then it goes fall, back to summer again for no apparent fucking reason. Then just the opposite of Satan's butthole, frigid, you're in Siberia.
Yeah, that Chicago, they just have like that summertime shy is fantastic, but it's just like you basically might as well live in a swamp because I fucking can't live out there. It's just so humid for some reason.
Honestly, dude, I live here to enjoy like 4 months out of the year and just suffer through the other 8 because the most of it just fucking blows.
Fact.
Honestly, dude, if I lived in a swamp, like if I lived in South Carolina, I visited there a couple of months ago, I would die. This is why. Hold on.
Mark is showing us his feet for some.
Do you see all these bites right here?
Okay.
So mosquitoes?
I don't know what happened. I don't know
Just
what
getting eaten
fucking
alive.
happened. I woke up one day and I guess I was probably itching while I was sleeping. And that didn't even do justice. There are probably 12 bites just like surrounding my ankle. It's fucked.
Definitely spider bites too. So you definitely have a spider problem.
Could be that too.
Definitely
If he
not
had a spider problem,
mosquitoes,
they would get rid of his bug problem.
unless the spiders are the problem.
Damn, you need some frogs. Frogs will eat them
spider
both.
mosquitoes.
Frogs will eat both, but then don't frogs kind of smell, or is that turtles? Turtles kind of smell
I think
terrible.
all reptiles kind of stink.
Yeah. Fuck reptiles.
Now they itch. Now they fucking
Felice
itch.
is in the chat and says you need to peel that off and put it on the Patreon.
I'd want to just take like a fucking butane lighter to them. Does that work? Is that what you're supposed to do to mosquito bites?
Yeah, man, try that. Let me know how it works.
Is it that or vinegar?
I don't think it's either.
It's one of
You burn it and then you put vinegar on it. That would probably feel really good to your skin.
Yeah, rub it with some sandpaper and then squeeze lemon juice on it.
Oh, that sounds bomb. What is your technique for mosquito bites? You just do the typical X with the fingernail?
I did when I was younger, but now I just ignore them.
He's mentally stronger than the mosquito bites themselves.
Well, we saw Mark's feet, and he's clearly not mentally strong because he's just been itching at those like a crackhead.
Yeah.
Oh my
Tyrone
God.
Biggums.
Seriously.
Kelly and I have been just getting fucked up in the nighttime, not knowingly. The other day I get into bed and I like turn over and I'm like, good night. And I just hear her go, good night. And I'm just like, what? And I'm like, wait, look at me right now. She turns around. She's got this big ass mouth guard in. I'm like, where did that come from? You never used to wear a mouth guard. She's like, I was grinding my teeth. And then I was like trying to yank it out of her mouth. She's like, stop it.
Why would you try to yank it out? You're such an asshole. Then I punched her sandwich.
Dude, so now I'm sleeping next to a fucking WBF boxer. Like, I don't know. I was like,
Careful,
why
she
do you
might
need to
fuck you
do
up.
this? And then the other day she takes it out. She's like, I think it got better. I'm like, what do you mean it got better? You stopped doing it? She's like, I think so. Because I don't
just like
feel
a-
like I'm been grinding my teeth.
But you just
Isn't
have
it like
no
a
idea.
subconscious stress thing.
I have no
Yes,
idea.
that is it. It's a subconscious, like when you're stressed out, you grind your teeth more. So if she's not stressed anymore, then she can take it out, I suppose. But also,
When she
I was
lives
a-
with Mark.
Yeah. If I was a good husband, I probably would have went like deeper than that and asked why she thinks she needs it, if it's like anxiety or something. But I pretty much just said, what are you doing?
you just
Let's go like
rolled
4
over.
steps back there. Because if you were a good husband, you wouldn't have tried to yank it out of her mouth. You wouldn't be making fun of her for it now.
Yeah.
And also you would have asked her, is everything okay?
I think she's fine.
Instead, you rolled over and were like, dork ass. Just like went to
Anyone
sleep.
Anyone that wears a mouth guard is fine. Like, you take an elbow to the face, you're fine. You accidentally slip and catch your jaw on fucking the 6th stair going up your house, you're fine.
Have you ever been hit in the face?
Yes, I have. You don't think I've ever been hit in the face? Come on, dude.
I think that you were the guy who's like, my dad'll sue you.
And then they would hit me in the face.
Yeah, he definitely has punchable vibes. He does things to deserve to be punched in the face.
You
like
forget
punching
what era
canvases.
we grew up in. We had flip phones that usually didn't even record video. Like, you could get
Yeah.
away with anything when I was in grade school and high school.
And he was a skater punk boy.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. The attitude makes me question sometimes because you can tell when somebody hasn't been punched in the face. Brick, I know you've been hit in the mouth.
I've been hitting the mouth.
Not nearly enough, but
Sure. Yeah. Probably rightfully so. But yeah, I've been hit a couple times.
Brick, when they
Fair
broke your jaw in that surgery to like make you sleep better, do you think the doctor actually just like started swinging at you, like punching you in the face?
Yeah, no, it probably was a little more precise than that, but you never know. I was under, so I couldn't really give you.
I don't know, bud. I saw how
Confirmation.
fucked up your mouth was there for a while.
It was bad.
Might have just been tossing you a whooping.
Yeah, you guys were my only actual like outside contact for like a year and a half.
Brick wakes up from the anesthesia. The doctor's like, yo, check this shit out, Brick. It's just him just slugging him in the face while he's passed
It's a
out.
video. He just like literally straddles over his chest, full mount, just whack, whack, whack.
My doctor was big too. He was a big boy. He's like huge.
Well,
Fam though.
Gonna whoop that ass.
I guess so.
All right,
We actually
gentlemen,
needed
we
to
got
do it twice. I woke up in the middle of surgery the first time, and he's like, I can't, like, your skull is too thick, you idiot. I can't do it. You woke up, so we have to come back and do it again. And I was like, oh, sick. Except for I was like, "Gah!" Just like
Wait,
I was under the anesthesia, so I was like, oh no.
wait, you
I
woke up
really
from
like your
anesthesia
impersonation of
twice?
yourself there.
Like in the middle of it?
I woke up, I was like waking up, and he couldn't finish doing the procedure because it was too thick. He wasn't strong enough to break through, I guess, at the time.
He just wanted
Dude.
another 5 rounds with your face.
Dude,
Yeah.
all I just heard right there was I woke up, he couldn't finish the procedure. It was too thick. He couldn't break through.
Yeah, no,
all I
that's
just heard right there.
it's everything that I said.
Gross.
I read that they sell kits for that. Anyways, we got a voicemail this week. And that's from our guy Deck. And I'm praying that it comes through in the audio. It should, but don't hold me to that.
What's up, boys? It's Deck.
Sounds just like him. It is going to open 3 more tabs, so that's fun.
What's up, chumps? It's your boy Dak.
Working.
I had grand plans of starting a new weekly segment this week, but we're going to have to hold off for that till next week. Your conversation about being too old for concerts had me thinking, now that you've been to every concert that you're going to go to in your entire life, what was the best one that you've ever been to and why? Thought that would be a nice discussion point for you guys. And while I'm here, I just wanted to set the record straight. Actually, no one was really that guy at our wedding. But if anyone was that guy, and there has to be one, it was definitely Smithers.
No, go fuck yourself.
Later, chumps.
We saw
I
the pictures.
maintain that I was not that guy.
You were
I
that guy. Come on.
I watched someone dump a full glass of wine on a dude in a white shirt, and it was it was okay. So it's a mutual friend of mine who is a woman who married a new guy. Her old boyfriend dumped the red wine accidentally on the new husband.
Oh, he
Pretty sure I
double
wasn't
skinned
that
him.
guy.
Damn, he just double still skinned him. Damn.
Is that a thing? Is that just like sandwich
You
punching?
didn't know that?
Dumple still skinned him. Yep.
It's a
very
revenge
real thing.
dumping. Yeah.
I did that to Kevin Garner's little brother once. I'm not very proud of this, but I guess I'll tell the story anyways. Because you remember when they used to do the homie? So we all went to college
Homie
together.
was the best. I loved the homie.
Okay, but like, I just got off work. I was working in a bar with other annoying shitheads. He drops the homie in my cup, and I literally just like threw it at him.
Oh, yeah,
and I was like,
I
I saved the homie.
that's a dick move.
That's a huge dick move. You could have easily just like poured it out on the floor.
I have
Right.
apologized to him since then.
Could have been a real man and just fucking drank the whole thing with the homie and swallowed the homie and be like, well, now you're gonna have to wait for the homie.
It's a miracle that all of us have not died of some undiscovered disease for this fucking little plastic thing that everybody was handling and dumping on the floor and getting in their mouth and the backwash and shill. Ugh. How are we
Yeah,
not
so-
dead?
So the concept of the homie is there's literally a little toy person. Doesn't matter. It used to be a homie in like one of the stores, like a 25-cent machine, and you'd
It's
go
50
around
cent. Yeah.
and dump. If you had the homie, you dumped it in someone's drink, and then you and everyone around you would be like, "He's drowning! Save him! Save the homie!" And everyone would get you amped up, and then you'd chug your drink, and then you would have the homie to give to somebody else. Great game that I would never want any of my kids or anyone else to play, because it's like fucking everyone gets literally obliterated, trashed, but it's so fun to do because in the heat of the moment when you're saving somebody, you're a hero. You saved that little homie.
Or some assholes just throws it back in your face. Yeah,
Dude,
Yeah.
they should do like a
Doesn't happen
Disney
too often.
story. They should do like a Toy Story spinoff where the homie actually like has emotion and can feel. And we don't know as humans, and we like dump them in fucking 20 times in one night. It's like in a world where your homie maybe isn't really your homie. And we're just fucking throwing them in the cup, and he's like, I'm drowning. Ah!
But he's just blacked out constantly.
yeah, he wouldn't really be awake for any of that, would he?
He's like shitting himself in the fucking cup.
It's like that scene from Beer Fest when Farva tries to drink himself out of the giant vat of beer.
That was
Dude,
amazing.
all right. Favorite
Speaking of
concerts,
germs,
huh?
hold on. Sorry. Speaking of germs, real quick, Smithers. I was thinking, like, even that cup, that little plastic cup that they put the homie in when you go to the 50-cent machine, how
Oh, yeah,
dirty
that
do you
shit
think
ain't
those
clean.
are? Those are reused for sure.
Anything that comes out of like a it's just like, you know, those things you would see when you'd walk into like a Pizza Hut when you were a kid and you always wanted them. You had the sticky hands. Sticky hand was a billion times better than a homie, by the way. Those things were so cool. But yeah, whatever disease mankind has not yet discovered will be found in one of those coin operated twist machines.
Fair enough.
I used to just get the M&Ms, just fucking pop them all.
Ugh.
One handful.
Maybe we're just immune to everything now.
It's the M&Ms
not.
out of coin machines.
All right, favorite concert. Mark, what's your favorite concert of all time? Give me favorite. I know you go to festivals and shit. Give me your favorite set of all time from one band.
My favorite set was Fisher. This is super cool of me to say, but Fisher played I'm Losing It at Coachella, and there's a like professionally shot video of him playing that set, and it's just fucking unreal. I can't really describe it unless you go and watch it. But this is an EDM DJ. There were probably 100,000 people at the set, and I was like towards the front, but in the middle, in like the shaded area because it was under this dome. But then if you like turn around, you just see like 50 more thousand people behind you. Sunsets going down. It was just unfucking real. Great time.
That was a lot of young people words. Coachella, EDM.
Sunsets.
Smithers'
Yeah.
boomer brain is about to explode.
I am proudly a millennial. All right, I did not destroy this.
Barely.
planet.
You didn't say Red Hot Chili Peppers or the Strokes. Ah, fucking. brain
I have
explodes.
seen Red Hot Chili Peppers though. I'm not a big fan. It's all just California.
What about the White Stripes?
Incubus.
All right,
Futurism.
Mr. Blink 182, get the fuck out of here. I don't know who you're talking to. Yeah, you pulled up to my house the other day playing the most emo shit I've heard.
Welcome to the Black Parade.
All right, Brick. Favorite concert? Go.
EDC Chicago. It was day 3 of a weekend-long festival starting from Thursday to Sunday. I think it was the only time they've done EDC in Chicago. Everything else has just been in the desert, in Vegas, I believe. But it was the last day, and it started raining. So half the people were just like, "Fuck it, we're packing up and going home. I don't even care." Candy flipped during the whole set. Whoever knows what that means, you already know what that means.
You poopy shooted?
Mhm.
Fuck, dude.
So it was raining, it was freezing, but
You tried Bluesasaurus? Oh my god, dude.
Swedish House Mafia, before they broke up, was playing like at like 2 a.m. Something ridiculous, because it was like the last set, and everyone was packed up to the front, and it was when like don't you worry, child. That song was big. They did Save the World. They did all these bangers that they had, and it was just like pouring down rain, and it was just like the craziest last day of all time. It was amazing.
Was this like fake rain, like synthetic rain they just fucking had coming down from the stadium, or was it actually raining?
No, it was
Rick wasn't actually
raining.
at the concert, and it was just something sprinkling on him. He was at home in his apartment, but he had taken whatever, and he was just like in the shower singing to himself.
Don't you worry, child.
Rick was fucking SploogeGroovin, just fucking above body experience, just floating over himself, dancing on his own shoulders.
SploogeGroovin?
Yeah, dude.
Is that
Pretty sure that's the name of this episode now.
I've just made up like 6 words for whatever you just described.
It couldn't be more accurate.
It made as much sense as what he said the first time. So,
Mm-hmm.
All
Checks
right.
out.
I will give you my favorite concert, and it was
It was
part of
the Fray.
Lollapalooza.
The Fray in 1999, dude. I saw the Fray when they released How to Save a Life, and I cried. And they were playing alongside Snow Patrol, and dude, it was just the most out of body experience I've ever had.
Talk
All
about
right, sorry.
SploogeGroovin.
I don't know what he's
All right.
talking about. I don't know what any of those fucking words meant.
Go ahead.
See, this is why I
Smashing
would give up
Pumpkins in
music if I had to
1976.
choose. I had to choose between music and sports. Music is gone because I don't really care about music. But the best
I'm
concert
actually-
I ever saw was Rage Against the Machine at Lollapalooza. And
It was their
It was-
tribute band.
yes, the tribute band played at Lollapalooza.
I was at the Logan Arts Festival, and it was just a tribute band, but they were fucking sick.
Speaking of tribute, Tenacious D was my second
All right.
favorite. That was the encore, was fucking tribute. Everyone's like, "You're not gonna play tribute?" And then they came out and fucking did tribute, and it was glorious.
It's the only good tribute I know, Brick. Smithers, sorry. Go ahead. Finish your story.
You're not
Why
sorry.
was it
Don't
epic?
fucking lie to me.
Why was it as epic as it was?
Rage Against the Machine, they broke up for a while because Zach De La Rocha decided he wanted to go be like a communist revolutionary in Southern America. And he came back and started touring again and making music again. Now he's doing it a lot. Back then it was a big deal. And at one point they actually had to stop the show to tell people to stop pushing forward to the front of the stage because the people that were up against the railing were literally being crushed. And he literally just stopped playing music. He said, I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to start playing music again until everybody takes 3 steps back. It was the most kindergarten shit I've ever seen. Like the teachers flipping the lights on and off, trying to get your attention, to get you to shut up. It was scary, but also I was with my sister and I wouldn't have been, front lines all the way up there anyways. I'm not a mosh pit kind of guy. I'm not blowing out my ACL in a fucking stupid concert.
You went to Rage Against the Machine with your sister?
Well, we went to Lollapalooza together and Rage Against the Machine was there.
Lollapalooza. Gotcha. I forgot. That was just a
But she would totally go to
general
that show with
concert.
me.
Cool guy.
word.
No, it was. I don't even remember what band you said. It was. What's a bad band?
Swedish House.
Coldplay.
Coldplay.
Dude, I've actually seen Coldplay, and they were probably in my top 5. No joke, dude. Coldplay live is fucking unreal. Unreal.
There's
Maybe
no
the
way
beach
with
was
you.
pretty fun,
It's-
actually.
I could have said fucking anything there, and you'd be like, "No,
Mhm.
dude, I saw them. They rocked."
Dude, this sounds really fucking lame, but when I went to the Coldplay concert, they give you these wristbands that are like LED synced up. And like during the concert, the main guy, whatever his name is like, I want everybody's hands in the air. Everyone puts their hands up. It's just like, para, para, Tiara, and like the light show is from the shit on her wrist. It was actually kind of sick.
You're right. That is really lame.
When she was just a girl, and it's just fucking like beating to the song. Amazing.
Man Beyond the Beach. Did you guys go to Man Beyond the Beach in Chicago like a while ago?
Nope.
It was probably a few years back. I forget who was playing. Milky Chance was playing, and we started a dance circle, and they called us out for doing a dance circle in the middle of it, which was fucking great. Another banger. Chance the Rapper came out. He wasn't supposed to come out, and he just like came out. Young William called that. He's like, "This is some shit Chance the Rapper would just come out to," and he just
And
did.
he did.
Yeah, it was fucking wild.
Was it like 1,000 degrees out, but he's still wearing that fucking White Sox hat?
I think he froze. Why does it matter if it's... And now he's... Okay, hang on.
Because, dude.
Go ahead,
Because
Mark.
the hat is colored black, and it just soaks in all the rays and just holds on to all the heat. It is literally the worst hat you can wear in the summertime, is the White Sox hat.
I don't agree with that. I wear hats when it's hot out because it like absorbs the sweat on my forehead. It's like wearing a headband.
Yeah. Overall, though, I don't like baseball hats in the summertime.
God damn it, Brick. Your fucking audio went out.
God damn it, Brick.
This is not my fault. Not my fault.
Keep it going.
I'm working on it.
We're bringing Brick back, guys. Give us a second. He dropped. His internet sucks. Colorado internet never moved to Colorado. Worst place in the world. They're still on 2G. Expect you to pay fucking $3,000 in rent per month. 2G internet.
I can hear you, but the audience can't right now. Just give me 1 second.
Mouse and it took me back.
Dude, I wish there wasn't
a screen.
All right, we're back. We're good. Do not press any more fucking buttons.
No button shall be pressed. I'm
No buttons ever.
I mean, cross-legged.
Crisscross applesauce.
Thank you.
The correct term.
Cross-legged. I caught myself now.
fucking SploogeGroovin.
Let us commence talking.
This is great. This is behind the scenes shit that nobody cares about, but I'm literally running 2 computers right now just because this stupid software blows. But anyways, news. Gentlemen, I sent you some trailers, and Mark, you were kind of ranting and raving about Prisoners of the Ghostland. You said you wanted a t-shirt with the trailer on it or something?
Me, a t-shirt with the trailer on it. Wow, that would be...
You know what the fuck I meant, you dumbass.
That's a great idea, Smithers. Figure it out. But I doubt you can figure it out, dude, because every time we try to get Brick's audio in sync, it fucks. Just kidding. All right.
You're being a real asshole today. You know that?
I am. I was laying in bed last night when we just absolutely screwed up the episode. I was just like, wow. Exactly. Brick, I'm looking at you.
Well, in my defense, I use this software all the time for another show, and I've never had any problems. So really, the outlier here is you two.
Outlier is Brick and I. Psych City population, you liar.
Thanks for talking about this trailer, Brick. What do you think?
Classic Nic Cage. And if Nic Cage said this is the craziest movie he's ever done, that's absolutely saying something. It looks good.
It really does, and I just feel like he's having this career renaissance. We got to talk about our favorite movies, but I need like time to think about it. I need to go through the list and weigh my options and possibly rewatch some things. But Nic Cage, I mean, he is an Oscar winner. It's not like he can't act. He just makes some really shitty choices. So the plot for this movie is that Nic Cage is this notorious criminal who is in a prison, and the governor sends for him to rescue his daughter, who has been kidnapped into a dark supernatural universe. Yeah, this sounds pretty fucking wild.
And he needs to save her, or else he's also got a 5-day time limit, or else his balls get exploded.
Yeah,
this is dropping in a month.
That is pertinent information that I should have brought up. This actually premiered at Sundance last year, but it got picked up by RLJE and is being distributed in September. So
And not in theaters, but just like
it's
Straight-
both video on demand and in theaters. Mark, would you like to give me your actual thoughts? Or are you going to go back to being an asshole?
Both. For the listeners, go check out this movie poster. It is unfucking real. I mean, it's not like you haven't seen anything like this before, but it's a really cool movie poster. And it has that quote from Nic Cage smack dab at the bottom saying the wildest movie I've ever made. That's yet to be seen. If it is, holy shit, are we in for a ride? I'm obviously pumped for this, and I'm pleasantly surprised that we're going to get this in a little over a month to be exact.
And it's also got Knife Leg Chick, aka Sophia Boutella.
Butella. Yeah, she was also the mummy chick in that weird mummy reboot that Tom Cruise did.
Right.
Is it possible that Nic Cage could have like 2 Oscar-worthy performances in 1 year?
Not with this movie.
No, probably not. But he's got like 6 more movies coming out before the end of the year, right?
Yeah, this isn't going to go as deep as, his bottling in his emotions, and he's going to go off the rails. He's going to be typical Nic Cage in this movie.
I hope you're
sure.
right.
Isn't it from
I
the
hope it
creators who
doesn't-
did Mandy and Colors of Space too?
Yeah, it's Color Out of Space, I think is what it's called, but it's
Yeah.
crazy fucking trippy ass movies, and it looks a lot like if you look at the poster, like a lot of the color schemes are consistent with those 2 movies. Just super actually kind of like our background here, just like psychedelic out there kind of shit, like Brick at a concert when he's SploogeGroovin.
Dude, say I won't get a fucking tattoo of Nic Cage with a katana in his hand and his back to the fucking, oh my God.
And then just above it, you just have SploogeGroovin.
Yes.
If you don't get it, then you're honestly a
In like the old hippie font. Yeah, SploogeGroovin.
The wildest tattoo I've ever got.
Have either of you started watching or watched any of What We Do in the Shadows?
No.
I've seen parts of it.
To be
I've seen,
honest,
like the
Smithers,
first season, and then like parts of the second season. Some of clips are fucking hilarious. Like the Daywalker, aka the energy vampire, is my favorite part. He's so funny, and it's so dry and perfect how they kind of incorporated those type of vampires into it. There are a lot of funny premises. It was episodic, and I just weekly episodic, and I just couldn't stay with it. But I watched like the first 4 episodes, and then I kind of something else came up. Drade or ADD man.
That makes sense. Well, you should give it a shot. I mean, season 3 is coming soon. That's what this trailer is for. A lot of the same weird premises, like the battle for supremacy that is the softest battle of all time, and that's what makes it hilarious. They have a lot of good cameos, like Nick Kroll's been in there and a bunch of other just really funny people who do sketch comedy or like writers. And obviously this was a premise from Taika Waititi, so he's still kind of involved creatively. Obviously he's doing other things, and we'll get into some more of that later, but I absolutely recommend this show. And I started watching that spinoff, Name of a Town Paranormal. I can't think of what it is, but it's Wellington Paranormal, I think. But
HBO Max, right?
Yes, and it's basically just the cops who are finding weird paranormal shit going on in their town, and it's the same stupid kind of dry humor premise, and it's really well done.
Is that a British comedy?
I believe it's New Zealand.
Even I love New Zealand comedy.
It's just so dry.
What we do in the
So
shadows.
dry.
What We Do in the Shadows season 3 is going to be 10 episodes and air on FX on Thursday, September 2nd, and then the next day it's going to play on Hulu. So Friday, September 3rd, it will play on Hulu.
There you go.
Reservation Dogs, another FX show. Taika Waititi is also the executive producer there. He's doing a lot of stuff. I love Taika Waititi though. I watched the first 2 episodes. The second episode's actually pretty funny. Again, it's that dry humor that you're looking for. Bobby Lee is like the doctor in the town.
Oh boy.
And it's a small town in Oklahoma. So he's the eye doctor. He's the eye doctor, foot doctor, butthole doctor. He's just like, that's how he explains it. So
rampant cases of pink eye throughout the town. Nobody can figure out why, but it's because the proctologist and the optometrist are the same person.
Exactly. But so it's like very dry humor. Only 3 episodes are out. 3rd episode just aired on yesterday, I think. So that's my recommendation for the week. Boom.
I did see a trailer. I want to check that out. All right. So we're short on other trailers for this week, but we do have some other news I'd like to talk about. Mark, this is more your area, but
All right.
I'm the Danny DeVito lover. I guess Brick is too. But he's helping to write a comic book continuation of his portrayal of the Penguin in the 92 Tim Burton Batman Returns movie. So the question is, how do we go about getting signed copies?
I feel like this actually just released. I saw a cover the other day. I don't know if it was for the series, but yes, I am in agreement that we should try and get some signed copies because that would be the most epic thing of all time. So what is this title called, did you say?
I don't think it's I honestly don't know the answer to that. I figured if you Googled Danny DeVito Batman comic, you might get that, but
is it Batman? Would it be Batman 89? Are they just...
Well, this is 92 technically.
Yeah, but are they going to keep it going with... That wouldn't make sense, I guess. But there is a Batman 89 that just dropped, so I assume they're doing that, you know, old movie kind of...
Gotham City Villains. Good job.
One.
Took me 2 seconds of Googling. All right, anyways. What are the chances it could be any good, though? Like, I can't assume that Danny DeVito knows anything about writing comics.
Is he writing the whole thing?
I doubt it. Even if he was co-writing it with somebody, I'm sure that they'll be doing most of the heavy lifting. But idiots like me will see Danny DeVito's name on something, and this in particular related to the Penguin, I'll be like, yeah, I like that portrayal. Did you know he ate that fish for real?
I heard
that was a real fish. That's fucked up.
What a boss.
How do you not choke on the bones?
Because it just slides right down your throat. Did he chew it? I don't remember.
No, he definitely ate it like a duck.
Like,
I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
So this series, it looks like it's going to be an anthology because they have about 7 writers that are credited on it right now. So I assume that maybe every issue is just a bunch of little stories, or maybe one writer and illustrator are doing each single issue. But I guarantee you Danny DeVito has a small part in one of these short stories.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Here's how to get a signed copy is go to Twitter and just tweet at Dan Mora. He's got like 34,000 followers. He's one of the writers. I've been working with Danny DeVito and Paul Kaminsky in a new short Penguin story for Batman's Villains 80th anniversary. So if you just harass him every single day until it's out, maybe he'll make that happen.
Yeah. He might be the art. He's an artist. I don't know if he's ever
if he can give me a
anything,
copy, I don't give a
so-
fuck who he is.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go bug him. Next bit of news. Tom Hardy has revealed to Esquire that he's now thinking about a third Venom movie already. So we're, 2 months away from Let There Be Carnage? And this is a direct quote. I'm thinking about the third movie as well because I think you need to write that at the same time. A third won't be greenlit until the second one is successful. But according to him, he says the studio was very, very pleased with number 2. Apparently, Venom is also going to make an appearance in Morbius, and the director kind of gave that away, but everybody was kind of thinking so anyways. I don't think I like this Venom enough for it to become a regular character, but Sony's definitely going to milk this for as much as they can get. You kind of lost me on the second Venom when they took Woody Harrelson's crazy wig away.
Hey, you just get a haircut. Everybody gets haircuts. When you get out of jail, you just get a haircut. You go bald.
Yeah, but he was
that kind of
actually
wonky
crazy
hair?
looking.
Yeah, but his hair looked wonky as hell. It was like super curly.
Oh, he looked like fucking Ronald McDonald, but that was what was great about it.
Yeah, but I like that he goes back to his old ways of just like shaving. I don't know if it's his old ways, but he just shaves his head and he goes back to being a serial killer. What would you want to see from a Venom? What would you want to see from like a Venom origins story to make it into like a different Marvel universe or something like that to continue the story?
I mean, in the comics, Spider-Man went to space in the movies, and that was basically where he picked up the symbiote in the first place in the comics. So it could have just been something that came back with them on a ship, like when they get sent back to Earth.
So you need to
something like that.
start. You need to start with the Spider-Man universe,
I mean, it always started that way.
right? But the
Spider-Man's
movie
been around
series-
for like 40 years longer than Venom has.
right. But that's the reason that you'd want. You wouldn't want to cross over from Venom, its own original series, into the Marvel universe. You would want Marvel to start with Venom as their own character, is what you're saying.
In my opinion, Venom is a better character when he's a villain of Spider-Man.
Fair enough.
Mark, do you agree?
I agree. Yes.
I agree with that too.
All right.
He's
perfect.
this anti-hero, I guess.
Smithers, sorry, Brick, not to leave you out, but Smithers, did you see the leaked photo of Moon Knight supposedly for that Disney Plus series that's coming out?
I did. Let me see if I can pull one up.
So
give me your thoughts on that.
Well, Oscar Isaac, Brick, if you recall, is playing Moon Knight, and somebody posted a video which looks legit. You can't really see much, but then somebody posted like an up close leaked photo, supposedly, of Oscar Isaac in the Moon Knight suit. And if you look at like the Moon Knight depictions of him in the comic books, fucking unreal suit. Like, I don't know how you do that in real life, like in live action. Sure. So this was a little bit underwhelming looking at it, if it is real, in my opinion. But we'll see.
All right, so
it
it's
might
up
not
on
be
screen
legit
right now. You really think this is unreal? I mean, it's really hard to judge off a still like that, like a still photo. You kind of need to see how it moves kinetically. And like, obviously he has to be pretty acrobatic and shit. So it is kind of weird. Well, I guess Moon Knight does always have his face fully covered, but covering up Oscar Isaac's face sucks because he's a very good looking man.
Yeah.
Well, he's not going to be always in character, right? He's going to have his own.
That's fair.
Alter
I just
ego.
want to see his sexy facial hair, but I think this looks pretty damn good.
You know why I think it's fucking fake is because of that property of Marvel shit on it. I feel like somebody wanted this, was leaking this on purpose just to get it fucking circulating on Twitter and wherever. Who the fuck would put property of Marvel? Like, Marvel wouldn't release. How would you get an hands on an image like that? And I feel like Marvel would never put property of Marvel if they were like releasing a photo like that.
I don't know, man. All I know is that this looks good, and if this was going to be the costume, I'd be totally fine with it.
I don't know. Looks like
I mean, I don't understand what you expect.
I want him a little bit more buff, dude. Like, Moon Knight's fucking huge. Well, like the new Moon Knight that I like, the way he was drawn. I don't know, and I want more detail. I know that's a fucking shitty ass res quality photo, but still,
that
I
is
feel
incredibly
like
detailed. It literally looks like he's wrapped like a mummy.
No, I
Because
feel like
he's an
the elbow
Egyptian god
pads and all the fucking insignia shit on his arms and stuff. I don't know. We'll see.
You're just in a mood today where you don't like anything.
I'm in a mood night.
Okay. Last bit of news.
I'm gonna go, dude.
HBO Max has confirmed that they're rebuilding their shitty app, but it's not going to re-release until 2022. At least these streaming services are starting to become a little more self-aware. HBO Max fucking sucks.
Why don't you like it?
It crashes constantly. It's hard to navigate. The search function sucks.
I haven't had
It
that
does.
issue at all. My shit never crashes either.
This one, do you run it off a computer or do you run it off like a streaming stick?
Computer.
There you go.
Makes
So
sense.
that's their website, not their app. But Disney Plus, the app is total dog shit. Every time like I want to go change an episode, I have to back out of the individual screen page that I'm on. I can't just hit like take me to the episode. It's so fucking stupid. I don't understand who designs these apps because it's clearly someone who has never used them.
Yeah, no, that's frustrating, is to like have to get up and go and press next, or actually back out and go into the next screen. Like, it won't do a continuous thing. Even on the computer, I have the same issues there too.
There's no like landing page for you in the keep watching section of Disney Plus, so it just takes you where you were, even if you want to change it, and you can't select from there. You have to go find it somewhere else, either through a search or in a list that comes up. It's so
We
dumb,
should give the Disney Plus app a little bit of props, because last Wednesday we did our first What If episode 1 group watch, and it worked pretty well. We had 7 people in there.
I
That was
believe
pretty
so.
flawless.
And we thought that the max was 6, but apparently that just doesn't apply. but it worked
Maybe.
excellent. I mean, other than the fact that it gives everybody access to the play pause button. Probably don't need to do that. That's just an excuse for people to be, well, nobody was, but you either have accidents or somebody could just be a dick and stop it. Like, oh, I gotta go eat some popcorn. Fuck that.
Yeah,
I hope
I don't
HBO.
think anyone in our Discord would do that. Shout out to our Discord. It's dope.
No, you were the
I hope
worst person
HBO
in that
Max.
chat because you were playing video games and we could hear you talking to everybody you were playing video games with.
You'd hear them talking too?
No, I heard you.
Right. Yeah.
And it was very obvious because
keeping
they'd
it
be
to a
like
minimal.
click, clack, 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 and it's on your left.
Yep.
I was gonna
We're
say I
playing
hope
Captain
HBO
America Marvel
Max
games.
does the group watch function.
There are external apps that you can use, but a lot of them have to use a computer browser, which is kind of dumb. There used to be tons of these, and I think that all the streaming services started releasing their own because they saw that one person was basically watching and streaming it to all their friends, and now they can control that everybody has to have an account if you're going to watch stuff at the same time.
Yeah, the cool thing about the Disney Plus one is when you get set up, like if you're on the phone, there is an option that says, do you want to watch it on your phone or a big screen? And you can like click that and it will cast it to your TV, which I thought was pretty cool.
We're doing the same thing this week for What If, correct? We're doing it Wednesday night. I think we got the vote in. So if you
Episode
want
2, yeah.
to watch it with us, join our Discord. And we're there.
Yeah, very much so. We had some new people that showed up last week, and it was fun. There wasn't too much talking over each other. I still think that if you want the full experience, you should probably watch it before you come to the live stream or the group watch. Just so maybe you're not so concerned about missing something. You can just kind of point out cool stuff that you liked. But
yeah,
just my
I'm with
opinion.
Here's some money. Go see a Star Wars.
All right, Brick, you already gave us your recommendation, which was Reservation Dogs on FX.
Yep.
All right, Mark, what about you? What have you been watching?
Brick, this was one of your older recommendations. I want to say like 3 episodes ago, but I'm watching Ted Lasso right now, and it is great.
I fucking
All
told
right,
you.
I'm
It's
going to go
such
start
a
a free
good
fucking
show.
trial.
It's great.
You should
I
know.
just want people to shut up about Ted Lasso.
It's just so heartwarming and just so like there's just great characters, great character development. Tell me more about it, Mark. I want to hear your thoughts on it.
It's hard to see Sudeikis. Is that who? No.
Yeah,
it's not
Jason
Sudeikis.
Sudeikis.
Jason Sudeikis.
Yeah, Jason Sudeikis. It was really hard to get into the mindset that, okay, he's playing this really Southern dude from wherever he's from. He has this accent that I've never heard him do before, has this kind of really fluffy, weird mustache that I've never seen on him. And he does pull it off, especially having it set in England. It's funny to see that dynamic.
Fish out of
Him just
water.
Fish out of water,
he-
classic.
Trying to navigate through England and their cultural, norms, I guess, and being this soccer coach when he was a prior football coach. It's a great show, has a lot of funny moments and some heartwarming moments as well.
A lot of heart. And it's just he's got so many fucking haters, including like myself early on. I'm just like, this is a soccer movie or soccer show, whatever. Everyone, he's just the best underdog story. It's just so good.
All right.
Are you caught up
agree.
or no?
I have a couple more episodes. There's one season, right?
There's second season is out right now.
Fuck.
And there's
Do they release weekly or do
episodes?
they do it all at
it's
once?
weekly. It's
Okay.
weekly.
Whatever.
So
Not
you should
everybody
wa-
can be Netflix.
Yeah, no, but it got me coming back every single week because I fucking love that show. It's so good.
Well, speaking of Netflix, I checked out a new doc that just came out, I believe. It was the first I heard of it. It's called Untold Malice at the Palace. You guys remember Malice
Saw
at the Palace?
I watched
is
that today.
Ron Artest.
Bron Artest and Jermaine O'Neal in the stands throwing fists because people were throwing beers. I remember when that happened because I'm old. And I remember the
too.
constant media coverage of it. Like ESPN would not shut up about it. And this was back when ESPN was like huge and everybody was just watching it at all times. But the narratives that the media spewed about these guys who got thrown into a horrible situation and had zero security to help them out. There's one asshole who like tried to square up with Ron Artest on the court.
On the court, that guy deserved to get his fucking shit knocked.
He's in this documentary. and he talks about what a bitch Ron Artest was. And I was like, you are a short, fat little man in a Pistons jersey, and Ron Artest could have ripped you in half. But this guy, I bet he doesn't pay for a drink ever in Detroit.
You know what though? You know who is worse than that guy? Was the fucking the first fan that threw the drink, and they interviewed him later in the doc, and they were talking about how he wasn't even the one that Ron Artest went after because he thought he was some other guy. They're like, how'd you feel about that? He's like, honestly, I was so happy and relieved. And I'm just like, dude, you were such a fucking asshole. And they're like, what was going through your mind? He's like, honestly, to get down the get out of the way. And I'm just like, dude, you're the fucking worst person ever.
It's so insane to me. Like, I was talking about this with my sister. What is it about being in an arena or like a stadium that just makes people lose all inhibition? Because it can't be just booze. It has to be some kind of group think mob mentality bullshit. But you remember like when the NBA playoffs started this year and everyone was just like throwing shit onto the court?
Mm-hmm.
Who the fuck raised these people?
Sports bring out weird things in people. When people make fun of your sports team, you just like take it personally, or some people take it really personally because that's their identity. Like, I like watching sports. This is my team. These are my thoughts. And if you if you like fucking say something bad about it, I'm gonna be upset and take it super personally. It's like, dude, you're not even on the court. It's like you can't care that much.
Well, did you see the one that happened at the Rams game this weekend? It was
No.
basically the same shit. It wasn't. It didn't involve the players. It was just people in the stands, and some fat lady out of nowhere just picks up her extra supersized Coke and just fucking throws it into the crowd, and then just a brawl breaks loose. Like,
Oh yeah.
It was this woman's fault, and these guys are just beating each other to death about it. It's man, I really have to think about it when somebody's like, hey man, you want to go to like a football game? Like, I don't think I do. Product's better on TV anyways.
Mal said
Red
the Palace though, it did make sense how that escalated to what it was though, because you had I didn't know what happened that day. Like, I didn't know that the Pacers were beating the fuck out of the Pistons, and everything going on with Ben Wallace, kind of that obviously came into play. I mean,
Ben Wallace
NBA players
is the scariest
shove each other all the
motherfucker
time.
to ever play in the NBA. That man is he wore headbands on his biceps. He was a psychopath.
Sick.
But
Huge.
at that moment, the only Pacer fans in the stands were the fucking drunk assholes who found this union within each other. You know, they were all on the same page. We're here to fucking bitch at the other player's team and start something. And that's what they accomplished.
I mean, it's a really good doc, and it's well made, and they get a lot of real good acts. Like Steven Jackson's in it. Ben Wallace shows up in it. A lot of Ron Artest, whatever he calls himself now.
Meta World Peace.
I think he changed his name again. It's something to do with pandas, isn't it? I'm serious.
No clue. I have
Hopefully
no
not.
idea.
He had the logo on his shirt. It's like a panda head. I don't know. He's a fucking weirdo. But anyways, it's really well done. Mark, you enjoyed it?
Yes.
Sick.
I liked it. Good quick doc. It was like an hour and 15 minutes.
Like
or
hour
something.
15. Perfect length for a doc. I don't have to think too hard about it. Boom.
Yep.
Best.
We the best!
Worst.
The worst. She's the worst person in the world. Huge skank, terrible, but thank you.
All right.
Meta Sandiford Artest.
That's worse than world peace.
I do love, actually, during the doc, they talk about how Ron Artest was missing some games in season because he said his aunt died and he had to go to the funeral. And the next night they found out by seeing him present an award at the Source Awards, live on stage. And he just should have been playing in the game that night. That he's a full-on psychopath. That man is fucking crazy.
Looney.
But anyways, Brick, I'm going to let you kick this off. So I've got a screen grab right here of this video to which you sent me. What are we looking for here?
Is it just a screen grab or is it an actual video? Because I sent you the video.
The video is playing right now. with audio that you might not be able to hear.
I can't see or hear that.
Well, fuck.
Doesn't matter. We're good.
I will
So-
describe what's happening. So the running back is getting up. He flexes a little bit.
Yeah, so
and
it
now
was
he's
right.
pissed himself.
It was the Colts-Panthers game, and it was a preseason game, and apparently there's a new rule about taunting, stuff like that in the NFL. No Fun League, classic. But simply put, this really small running back who's playing for his spot on the field because he's the fourth running back probably on the Colts. I'd imagine we got Jonathan Taylor, Hines. Then they have, I think, two more, Wilkins,
Sure.
and then anyway. So this guy's playing for his
Football,
spot
Rick.
in the league, and he just literally took like 8 players and took him an extra 5-10 yards to get a first down. And all he does is get up, flexes. I don't know what he says, but either way, gets up, flexes, and that's a 15-yard penalty. Brings him back 15 yards. No Fun League. Let the players have some freaking emotions. Come on.
I'm 100% with you. I think it's more fun when they all hate each other. That's why I miss Steve Smith so much. But this is what makes us want to watch more football. I don't understand the idea of taking this away. He didn't like slap at him or anything. I wonder if they would have thrown the flag if he hadn't like yelled in the other player's face, and if he would have like turned around and yelled instead, if they wouldn't have done it.
Sure. Yeah. I think they're trying these rules out a little. They're trying them out in the preseason, and I think they're going to see what kind of backlash people are getting. But it's like, if you want to take the emotions out of the game, make robots play the game. That's
I
basically
would
what
watch
they're trying
Robot
to do.
Football League.
I want to
So
know
bad.
what he said though. What if it was like? What if it was super demeaning? It's like your mom's a hoe, and then the rest.
I mean, that's probably the least
That's
demeaning thing
fucked
that's
up.
ever been said on a football
Right,
field.
Yeah.
I can't imagine the horrible things that get said in there.
Dirty. I don't. Yeah, I can't even either. But No Fun League, worst/best league alive, because football's the best.
And we
It's
were
back,
watching
baby.
preseason football like fucking degenerates.
Yes. Oh, also, Justin Fields is the best man alive because he's going to be the best quarterback of all time.
Mark, who's your best man alive?
Justin Fields.
Fuck yeah.
Best quarterback of all. No, just kidding.
Smith
I'm
is
not.
the heaviest
I'm not
eye roll of all time.
You see him just fucking roll on those motherfucking third stringers. Let's go.
He didn't have the first string in. It's not like he was playing with first stringers either.
Do you have a best man alive?
I do. Visitor jumps in tank after trainer attacked by alligator in West Valley City, Utah. So we had this, there was this 31-year-old woman. She was a trainer for the West Valley City. It's called the Scales and Tails exhibit in Utah, where supposedly this attraction is for like little kids, which I don't understand. Like, let alligators fucking live in the wild. Maybe you have one crazy guy that has an alligator for a pet and like calls Steve-O and the Wild Boys to come fuck with it. Other than that, we don't need an exhibit of fucking crazy, dangerous alligators. I digress. So pretty much this trainer was the one that was pulled in. The gator had a hold of her arm, just dragged her in, and this random citizen just jumped into the tank on the alligator's back and held it down. Now that's fucking insane. I don't think I would do something like that. But
You would
this
take out
guy,
your phone and film it.
no, I wouldn't.
Yeah,
film it.
seriously.
Yes, you would.
I would scream.
I'm gonna get so many TikTok likes for this.
But yeah, it just blows my mind that somebody would do something like that, especially with an alligator. If they get a hold of you, you're fucked. But he did pretty much save her life. The person that owns this whole exhibit was like, that was the dumbest thing that anyone could ever do. But I will give him credit. He did save this lady's life, because the alligator it looked like he was going to start, doing the spin thing
Death
where
roll.
he just would rip, her arm off. And they have some pretty graphic photos of her arm, but it is still intact. And yeah, best man alive to this guy. Oh, do you want to know the gator's name? Holy fuck. Why would you even be a trainer for this gator? Darth Gator was the alligator's name.
I love that.
That's a good name for a
Holy
gator.
Shits.
Kind of fucking incredible. Oh man. Okay. I have a best man alive, an actual good person. And this is what I don't understand about actual billionaires is why aren't they doing cool stuff with their money instead of just having these giant dick measuring contests where they try to go to space and they can't even really make it there? But probably a few months back, Mark, you might remember this. I shared a video of a guy. His name is JT, and he's got a YouTube channel called Built IRL, and he had built Batman's like wrist grappling gun, and it was impressive. Like he probably climbed like 15 feet with it. Obviously, it's not like the comics where you just shoot it and all of a sudden you're at the top of a fucking skyscraper. But now he's working on Spider-Man webs, and I've got a little screen share video of this. This looks fucking incredible. I am so impressed by this. I mean, he does the superhero landing and everything at the very end. This probably hurts really badly. And that's probably why it only works for Spider-Man, who has actual like superhuman powers. But would you try something like this, Mark? Like if he gave you a quick tutorial, would you come out here? Like say there's no foam pit. Say there's like a gap that you've got to clear, and you get to the other side and there's a mat where you can land safely. Would you actually try this?
So this, I'm sorry, I'm not obviously seeing the video. Okay, now I am. That's like a fake web that he made.
Yeah, so it shoots out of his wrist and like tangles around something. Yeah, so this is kind of impressive, right? Like imagine one day in 5 years, you're on the bus to get to work and you just see somebody swinging by you because they finally perfected this technology.
I would do that for sure.
It looks fucking incredible. This is like my dream.
There's a gymnast foam pit below him. What's the worst that can happen?
Well, yeah,
imagine
for him.
Imagine hurting yourself doing this with a foam pit below you. You don't deserve those powers.
Powers. Okay. I mean, I do think like you're getting very close to like dislocating your shoulder when you start doing shit like this. But yeah, props to this guy for doing the real scientific work. You can put cancer research on hold and all that. Come back with this. Anybody else got anything?
Did you just say you could put cancer research on hold?
It was a joke, Mark.
I know.
Funny guy.
But you are a dick today, Smithers, and I will let everyone know, as I have the whole episode.
That hot, wet fart means that it's time to talk about our movie review of the week, which was Free Guy. Free Guy is currently at 82% on Rotten Tomatoes, 95% from fans. That's kind of nuts. This is produced and directed by a guy by the name of Sean Levy. He's brought us things like Night at the Museum trilogy, Real Still, Stranger Things.
Ooh.
And his next movie actually is really enticing. So let me give you the synopsis here for the Adam Project. We've talked about this a little bit in the past. We know the premise, but it's from Sean Levy, and it's kind of like it's Ryan Reynolds also. Excuse me. Jennifer Garner, Zoe Saldana, Mark Ruffalo, and Kathleen Keener. A man who is played by Ryan Reynolds travels back in time to get help from his younger self to confront their late father. And apparently this is supposed to be some sort of coming-of-age comedy. Directed by Sean Levy. So I'm very much in on that because, hand up, I love this movie. So I will give a quick synopsis of the plot, and then I'm going to ask you, Brick, to give me your high-level thoughts on this. So we've got Ryan Reynolds, who is an NPC in this non-player character in this video game world. And this game called Free City, eventually he becomes self-aware because we get a look from outside of the video game into the real world to meet his programmers who have had their code stolen by the very evil and hilarious Taika Waititi. And he employed it in this game and used it to make everything smarter and better. And then we develop Guy, played by Ryan Reynolds. Did I miss anything?
About it.
It's good.
All right, what'd you think, Brick?
I enjoyed it. I thought it was cheesy at parts, but it overcame it with just overall an engaging story and solid action, great cast, good soundtrack, and good costume design too. So I think overall it was good. I would say see it. I had a few problems with some of the gaming components of it. And I
Oh
thought,
boy.
I kind of wonder, did you guys think this movie would have been better off if it was rated R?
Probably, but then you probably would get bogged down in just a whole bunch of murder.
Right.
Dude, one of the big underlying messages is don't kill NPCs.
Yeah,
Like,
but
I don't know how this could be R. There was a lot of little things that Disney was obviously trying to throw in here. There's no way it could have been R.
Well, they raised the stakes well in this movie. Where in the beginning, I was like, okay, where is this going? But then they actually there's a point where the plot kind of pivots, and it officially does raise the stakes to a point where you kind of start thinking. You actually do start thinking about these NPCs.
I know that you guys are going to make fun of me for this, and I really don't care. But I found myself asking a lot of existential questions because of this, and it just made me think about that weird doc that I watched about simulation theory and whether or not anything's real. And it, like, Millie, one of the main characters at one point, essentially refers to him as though he is a sentient human being. And if it's learning, then is it technically sentient? Is it autonomous? At what point is life created? It's I agree with you. You don't have to take this very seriously at all. And I loved it. Don't get me wrong. But also in the back of my mind were these burning questions like, fuck, what's going to happen to them?
Right. And that's what I think they did really well in terms of the writing at that point. And they also had some good classic Ryan Reynolds lines that always land because just the way he delivers it, and just I wanted them to use their fuck. They didn't.
They did.
But they did?
It was not memorable at all. It was an old lady said it, I want to say. But I remember thinking at the time, there's their one.
I didn't even hear it or realize that they said the fuck. I just put at the very top here, I wish this was rated R, and then I hope they used their one fuck well. That was right in the beginning when I was like, oh, it's only PG-13. I was like looking at the movie stuff before it started while the previews are on. But I mean, I liked it. The only other problem that I had was that the main character was opening up I guess when they introduce her as a player, like her actual real life, she was playing an online game in a coffee shop. And I was like, you're just not going to get good Wi-Fi there. I can't even get on the internet at a goddamn coffee shop. There's no way you're playing an online game. I don't care how good your PC is.
So the AI self-learning video game was fine in your book, but that's where the realism goes away.
Well, that just, yeah, fuck that.
Fair enough. I have a question.
Dude.
Mark, I already know your answer, so I'm just asking you, Brick. When you're playing like an RPG and, you know, you have the choices that you can make that's like be a good person or be a dickhead, which ones do you generally choose?
Depends on the game for sure. And depends on, I usually kind of go both ways. If like the character's being a dick that I'm like trying to help, I'm just like, all right, well, you don't deserve my actual help. I'll be a dick back to you. But if it's like a good story and I'm like helping this person out, I'm like, I have problems like not helping the person out. I don't know what it is.
Same.
I feel bad.
That's what this made me think about. Like when I played Witcher, I had to play all the stupid side quests because I was too busy saving all these people.
Exactly. You're doing too good. And like BioShock, it's like save the little girl or you can harvest her and get better. I'm just like,
Kind of want to get better.
Girl, but I also want to have dope bee hand powers or whatever.
I don't want to level up.
Yeah, Mark, I know what your answer is to that. So I'll just ask you what your high-level thoughts were on this. I'm going to grab some water real quick. I'll be right back.
I liked it. I'm going to say see it.
See it.
Just in between. I'm going to say see it. If you're a gamer, you're obviously going to have a lot of issues with some of the in-depth gaming shit that we get, especially seeing Ninja on screen. We didn't need that. He's not a beacon of peace, so I don't know why we need to see him.
They had great cameos, though. I got to give them credit for some good
Disney
cameos.
was obviously shoving terms down your throat for gamers, but it makes sense. If you go see this with your mom, she's not going to know what an NPC is. There was a point where they explained that. Fine, I get it. My favorite part about this whole movie was they actually made you care about the characters, at least for me. You care about Ryan Reynolds' character and succeeding, you know, making this world a better place and helping to solve the actual world issue that's happening, which I won't spoil because that's the big plot point to this. I like Jodie Comer and the relationship she had with Joe Keery. Back to you actually kind of feel for these characters. I think they did a nice job at the ending, kind of wrapping that up. And there was a lot of side characters which were great as well, such as Lil Rel Howery, I think his name is.
Lil Rel, yeah.
Channing Tatum was actually funny too. He's got good comedic chops. I just love.
I was
Channing
not
Tatum.
expecting him, and we just started doing like the sexy dances. I was like, all right, this is kind of funny.
I'm here for it. Absolutely.
There was a lot of great cameos, a lot of callbacks to the Disney universe. You get some Deadpool stuff, Marvel cameos that we won't spoil. Overall, I had a better time than I thought I would watching this movie. I still think Disney was trying to shove narrative down your throat at some points, which is fine. I mean, they can do that. But overall, the best part for me were the characters, was Ryan Reynolds' performance and the relationship that he had with Millie throughout this whole movie. I'm going to say see it.
I don't dislike her, but I don't love her. I don't know why. Something about her was just kind of grating. I think she did fine in the role. Like, and there was just something I couldn't put my finger on it. Maybe if I watch it again, I'll be able to figure it out, or I'll be able to look past it and enjoy it for what it was. I agree, though. You can't make a movie just for gamers because there aren't enough to go see it to make money. So like you have to be that way. You have to be able to take your, I don't know, 13-year-old kids to this. I guess it's a PG-13 movie. But your parents got to be able to sit there and kind of enjoy it too. Otherwise, you don't rake in the big bucks. That's why, like, the big reason why they probably didn't make this rated R is because they wanted to appeal to a broader audience. And if you get it to the 12-year-old who wants to see it, well, he can't go see it by himself. So he's got to bring his parents too. So now you're paying for extra tickets, get more money in the box office. It's really just marketing at that point.
I think that's part of the reason why I think I wanted this to be R, because in the trailer, they're portraying this Grand Theft Auto style of open world. And so they like played at it, but I think that I was like, I wanted this to be a little more grimy in terms of that. But again, that's just from the previews and from what I saw. It was fine. It was fine PG-13. I get why they did it at PG-13. Might have been better, exactly, but for the money, they're going to get more revenue. They're going to make a second one. What'd you think of Taika as the villain?
He plays a really good hateable boss. Like, I fucking hated his character.
Yeah.
So I guess he did a great job.
I was talking about this with Decker the other day about how we both watch shit with subtitles now. Like, my mother-in-law's kind of hard of hearing, and I just got used to watching with subtitles on. So now I do it all the time, and now I kind of need it. I could have definitely used it for Taika Waititi because I had no fucking idea what he was saying at the time. What I did catch was really funny. And apparently they left like 15 minutes worth of his improv. A lot of that was improv, and he left a lot of it on the cutting room floor. I'd love to see the blooper reel out of this. I think that'd be fucking hilarious because it's Ryan Reynolds, Taika Waititi. Yeah, it'd be incredible.
Steve, aka whatever his name is.
I think he's going to have a really good career outside of Stranger Things. I like him a lot.
I like him in everything that he does. He's just likable.
He's got charisma.
Now let me ask you this, boys. What's better, this or Ready Player One?
This, not close.
I've never seen Ready Player One.
Yeah, you did. We reviewed it.
I wasn't on that episode.
Maybe you weren't on that episode.
Nope. It was nice seeing Logic have a bunch of songs throughout this movie, and that is because it was shot in 2019 or 18. When was it first filmed, this movie?
This has been on the shelf for a couple of years. Obviously, it got shut down. It's been over a year that it was supposed to be released. I think it was last July.
Yeah,
because Logic's been retired, so he's not doing new songs for Disney.
Yeah,
or maybe he is.
If Disney backs up the Brinks truck, he'll fucking come out of retirement. But I don't know how you make a sequel to this, and I know we don't want to get too in depth in this, but because we don't want to spoil it. But it just the way they wrapped up the ending. It was very final, I guess.
So this one was like GTA mixed with The Sims. That's what we can kind of. If you were to
That's fair.
combine two games, which two games would you want to see them kind of go into another universe and maybe play, or like have a sequel go that direction? Because it's going to be a completely new premise altogether, I feel.
Then change the setting and the time period too. Send them back to like ancient Rome.
Mm-hmm.
It's like an Assassin's Creed mix where he's an assassin.
The only man I
Chivalry.
know when I say ancient Rome, you immediately go to Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, no, that either that or
Gladiator.
Chivalry. Gladiator would be great.
You're such a dork.
Russell Crowe.
I think it'd be fun to see like some princess saving, as in like I think there could be some really funny jokes if they did a Mario crossover, maybe with like a Zelda type thing. But then you could just like literally make fun of these, like, so you're a plumber, like what you guys are taking mushrooms now, and just kind of go in that. That could be
Basically
that
writes
could be
itself.
funny. Exactly. But yeah, that would be a good one. I'd also like to see Hugh Jackman as a villain, and then Ryan Reynolds like realizing that like, yo, this blue shirt guy looks exactly like me, and then the villain would be Hugh Jackman being like, I can't live in a world where there's two fucking Ryan Reynolds out here, so he has to go in there and kill blue shirt guy.
There should
Like
be a
VR
red shirt guy.
experience.
Red shirt guy should be Channing Tatum.
I did like that was obviously an avatar of a player, and the actual player is the guy who's just typecast as the dorky video game guy always.
Mm-hmm.
Were there not some like hidden gem like actual voice actors in this, or not? Or am I wrong? Did we talk about that earlier before Offset?
There were like
Or were you making that up?
The Rock was one.
Wasn't
there
Hugh
were a
Jackman one
couple
too?
more. Yes, Hugh Jackman was one.
Hugh Jackman
You're right.
would make sense. They secretly, well, he
They love
secretly
each
loves
other.
Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds openly loves Hugh Jackman.
Yes. That's such a funny relationship that I love their dumb. It's like Matt Damon and Jimmy Kimmel. They just like do stupid shit to each other, and they like hate each other whenever they're in public, but I feel like they like each other secretly.
I'm guessing this relationship has made them both a few $1 million. So
Yeah.
I loved the lower level boss at the end, who was dude. I won't say anything else about it, but I thought it was hilarious. So the comedy writing is there. It wasn't quite as funny as I thought it might be. I think mostly because I was not expecting an actual plot. I didn't know there was going to be a fucking plot to this. Like, yeah, he gains sentience, becomes autonomous, or whatever, but there's an actual bigger plot going on out in the real world, and I was completely blindsided by that, and I love that they left that out of the trailers. I love that I knew nothing about that, so I come into completely blind. That was really well done by their marketing team.
Agreed.
This is a see it
you
for
rate
me.
it? See it?
See it.
Yeah, I thought this was really well done.
I'm
It's
gonna
not
see
perfect.
it listing reservation though. Just like don't go in there expecting GTA. Just go in there expecting PG-13.
Yeah.
How many
Not as
how many
funny,
times
but-
will you cringe?
What do you? I don't know.
I cringed
I
when they
think like 4 or 5.
I cringed when they chose the sunglasses to use to be Oakley gas cans that would like turn you into a regular playable character. Like, why Oakley gas cans? Those are from like fucking 2006, dude.
Man, I don't care about that at all.
Yeah, 0%.
Just bothered me. Just really bothered me.
All right, boys.
I
It's
got
late on a
one
Monday
problem. I got one problem with that. I'll tell you after because it's a spoiler.
night. Okay. How was the running in this, Brick?
Running was good. I didn't have any problems with running.
Mark, was the jackness okay?
Jackness at the end was okay.
Okay, good.
Couple
I'm glad.
cheap shots to the guy. Like, you didn't have to just make him the really dumb brute Jack dude. Like, that guy has real feelings that played that role.
Probably
But him
not.
powering up with whey protein was kind of funny.
I enjoyed it. Yeah, there's a lot of really good Easter egg references and stuff in this. You can tell when Disney got their hands on it, they also probably added a few things, but I'll leave it at that.
They
Spewed
had the
Disney
time.
everywhere.
They had the time. You know.
What was that term? Splooge rapping? Splooge.
Splooge
something
goofing?
splooging.
SploogeGroovin.
SploogeGroovin. Thank you. Okay, that's
New
the
boot
name of this
groovin.
episode. I got to write that down before I forget this.
Goofin.
All right, boys. It's late on a Monday night. Let's go to bed. Thanks for tuning in. This has been episode 258. I apologize to anybody who tuned in last night. I fucked it up. I don't know what else to tell you.
Whoopsie.
Big
Yeah,
surprise.
Look, I'll send you a refund in the mail for what you paid for this, which is nothing. So, as always, you can check us out on all social media platforms.
Go ahead and send those out if you want.
Okay. At
Shout out to our patrons.
You can also call or text us at 847-920-6107. What movie's next week? Is it Reminiscence with Hugh Jackman? It might be. I got to think about that.
No, there's definitely something else that's coming out, but we'll find out.
If you want to, you can join our Discord if you want to have a what if watch party with us. And if not, we will catch you next week. Probably a different time, but definitely the same channel. So until next time.
Jumps out, motherfucker.
I have it right here. Reminiscence or Candyman. I'd probably rather see Candyman. Or is...
I don't know, man. Reminiscence looks pretty good.
No, Reminiscence is actually the week after. It's Protege, which is a Samuel L. Jackson, Michael Keaton movie, or Bios, which is the Tom Hanks movie.
Yeah, but it's on Apple TV. We'll probably do the other one. I don't know. See you next time.